Attention is everything in today's world. And how do you win attention? You create content. Now, pretty much everybody understands it. But if everybody knows it, why there are still so many businesses and entrepreneurs who either don't create content at all or cannot stay consistent with it? And I think there's only two reasons for that. Either they don't know how to do it, or they're making it super hard by not having systems. So today, I want to provide you with the tons of value and give you the ultimate business content playbook that will teach you what content to create, how to create this content, and how to make the entire process easier. And just before we start, my agency works with businesses in restaurant industry. We also help professional athletic events to grow their social media pages, etc. So we've been there, we've seen a lot of stuff that works, and hopefully I can share this knowledge with you. Now, there's a lot of information that's gonna be in this video, so let's break it down into chapters to make it easier to follow. First, we have how to identify your target audience. Next, we're gonna talk about what to post, systems and processes hub, how to make shooting and editing easier, and posting. And first of all, we have target audience. It might be a little time consuming to understand who your ideal customer is, but here's the thing. What's even the point to create content if you don't know who are you creating that content for? And I'm gonna admit, that's the mistake that I did when I first started. See, I run a video production company, and my target audience are either business owners, marketing teams, etc. So basically people who can use my services and pay me. But when I first started to create content, I knew that I'm good at video editing, I'm good at videography, I'm good at photography. So I started to post a lot of tips, tricks, all of that stuff, and gained a little bit of audience through doing that. But what I didn't realize that I was attracting videographers and photographers who just wanted to learn about what I'm doing. So I was basically attracting my competitors, and they're not the people who are gonna buy from me. And the idea of identifying your target audience is to avoid the same mistake. Now, how do you identify your target audience? Honestly, the easiest way is literally by using AI. You can go to ChatGPT, tell it what you do, and literally ask, what's your target audience demographics, meaning age, location, etc., and psychographics, beliefs, passions, all of that good stuff. Now, why it's even important to know what's the perfect age of your target audience? Well, let me share with you an interesting story that we noticed when we worked with the ovens manufacturer. Basically, people who are buying their ovens were mainly, restaurant owners, and they're usually people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, etc. And what was happening, we were producing a lot of fast-paced, engaging content, but what we didn't realize is that when we opened the comment section, there were literally our target audience, people, saying that the editing is too fast and they just not following it. So by doing our research from the start and understanding that our audience is kind of like 40 plus people, we would understand that they might not be able to capture the information that fast, and we might want to slow down the editing style or even slow down the shooting style. That way we would be able to deliver them information in the way they can comprehend. So this story should literally tell you why do you need to identify your target audience. There are three main reasons people surf the internet: entertainment, information, and inspiration. Now, no matter what you want to tell the world or what content do you want to post, it needs to meet one of those three criteria. It needs to either deliver fun to people, so be entertaining, or it needs to deliver value to them, so be kind of informational. Another thing is inspirational or brand, something like Nike does or Saucony or other kind of sport brands are really popular for that. Well, even if you know that your content needs to fall under one of those three categories, what do you post about? There's another cool exercise, actually one of my favorites. It's called content pillars. Think about the content pillar as a broad topic that you can talk about. Again, you can use either ChatGPT for that, or you can just look at the services that your business deliver. Think about my agency, for example, providing video and media solutions to businesses. I can talk about hardware and software that businesses can use to create content. I can also talk about tips and tricks to create better video, to create better photos, and just in general how to create content. Let's do an example together. Let's say you're a lawyer. We can literally open ChatGPT, tell it that you're a lawyer, and ask it to create you 4 to 5 content pillars for your content. Alright, now we kind of broadly determined what we want to talk about. How to actually come up with the exact detailed ideas for that. Again, we can just use AI. Literally in the same chat, Ask ChatGPT or whatever other AI tool you're using to give you 10 video ideas for each of those content pillars. Or there's another really easy method to do it. Literally go to YouTube or social media and find 5 to 10 creators in your niche that are doing really well, that have high views and that are just having a good social media performance. What you can do after that is just see what they are posting, what stuff are they talking about, and you can reverse engineering afterwards and see what you can tell about the same topics. Don't worry about stealing the content idea, there's nothing new under the sun. I kinda like the message that I heard once: there's no unique messages, there are only unique messengers. So just steal the idea and add your own plot twist to it. And lastly, you have all of those content ideas. How do you actually sit down in front of the camera and make a good video? Well, without making it really complicated, there's 3 things that come into it. There's hook, there's value that kind of retain the viewer, and there's a reward at the end. The beginning of the video, especially if we're talking about the short form video, is the most important thing because it's either person gonna stay and watch your video or you're gonna lose them and they're gonna scroll past it. So think about how you can catch someone's attention. You can be energetic and literally yell at the camera to show you something you've never seen before, all of that cool stuff. Or maybe you create a little intrigue and literally ask people if they want to see something they've never seen before. If you want to learn more about hooks, you can literally just go to ChatGPT or YouTube or wherever else and ask about the best content hooks. Let's say you hook the viewer and they're watching your video. How do you retain them? How do you keep them watching? Well, you need to deliver value. The only reason people are watching your video is because they're getting some value out of it. Either it's fun, either it's informational, or either it's inspirational. So if you are still watching this video, meaning that I'm providing you with some value, I'm telling you how you can solve the problem you have. So think about some other things that you can solve for other people. And lastly, we have a reward. If you're a plumber, it doesn't matter to me that you talk about the problem I have. I need a reward, I need a solution. So if you tell me how I can solve this problem, I'll most likely like this video and share it with my family. So if they face the same issue, they can use your content as well. And that's how you go viral, let's say. Even though a lot of people are familiar with everything I literally said up to this minute in this video, they're still struggling to stay consistent with their content. The truth is, it's not that hard to sit down and record 2 or 3 videos one day and like literally post them, be so hyped about it, read some cool comments. But the problem is when you need to do it again and again and again, and it's really hard to do it if you don't have any systems in place. Just to give you a quick overview, here's how my kind of content board looks like. On one side of the screen, you have my target audience who reminds me all the time who I create content for. On the other side, you have content pillars and ideas that I can use for my content. But besides the visual element, by the way, this software is called Figma, super easy to use, I absolutely like it. I also use Notion for the tracking of the content and for the scripts and all the other details. As you see, I literally have a small marketing hub for my organization where I have short form content ideas, long form content ideas, and if we open one of the YouTube videos, you will see all the details that I go before posting the video. And depending on the size of your team, you can literally add additional settings like who's responsible for content, who's gonna be in this content, what this content is about, so you can adjust it to your liking. I don't want to throw my systems to you, you can use whatever works for you, but the least you can do is write down the ideas for your content and at least store the ideas. So the next time you're sitting down to record something, you can literally go back to one of those ideas and pick it up. Chapter number 4 is making recording and editing easier. If you thought that all the previous steps gonna take a lot of time, what really takes a lot of time is to record content and edit it. And one of the biggest advice that I can give you is to do content batching. Basically, when you sit down to record the content, don't record just one video on Monday, one video on Tuesday, one video on Thursday, because what it means, you will need to set everything up, you will need to sit down, prepare for it. It takes time, it takes you out of your day, etc, etc. Just plan out 4 ideas for the videos and record all of that Monday afternoon. That way, you need to set up your equipment only once and all the other time you can spend on doing some other more important things. Another thing that can really help you to create content is having a dedicated space where you do it. And if you don't have a dedicated space, basically think about the things that can reduce friction to minimum. I have a tripod, for example, that I put a camera on top of, and I need to extend it and like unscrew it every time I need to put a camera on top. So what I do, I just leave my tripod extended. I put it in the corner of the room, and every time I need to use it, I just bring it back. I don't need to fold it, unfold it, all of that stuff. So it reduces friction and make the content creation just a little bit easier. Now, editing. First of all, if you're a busy business owner, you've never edited a video before or don't know how to do it, I would honestly not recommend you to even start. Editing takes a lot of time even if you know what you're doing. So if you can find an option of having a freelance editor or in-house editor who can help you with that will pay you off 10 times more. There are platforms like Fiverr or Upwork that can offer you affordable solutions from all over the world when we talk about remote editors, or you can always bring a content creator or editor in-house and kinda make them help you with the content. When working with an editor, few things that I would recommend you to do is, first of all, give a clear instructions. If you're just gonna record a video, throw it their way and tell them to do something about it, they're gonna do something about it, but it's most likely not gonna be to your liking. So if you have a branding colors you want to use, some specific fonts, logos, you need to provide everything to them if you want to expect some good results. But if you are worried about getting an editor or don't know which one to go with, you can always give them a test project to see what their skill set is. If you're impressed and you like the result, well, you might as well just give them a chance. And last but not least, we have content posting. And again, we are coming back to the systems and processes that can help you with that. One thing that I would definitely highly recommend you is having something like content calendar. Basically sit down, open a calendar and just think what content and when do you want to post. Let's say 4th of July, Independence Day is coming and your company is doing some crazy promotion about that. What you can do is literally add on a calendar for, let's say, 1st of July to remind you, post a piece of content that will promote the promotion we have going on. That way, you're not gonna forget it and you will remind people in time that the promotion is coming. Next thing that important to understand about posting, you need to understand the specifics of the platform. For example, let's say your company has a really cool PDF about how to not get in trouble with business taxes. Did you know that on LinkedIn, you can literally just upload it and share it as the entire PDF? While on Instagram, you can't really do that. So you need to either upload the video about that or post a carousel post where people can scroll through that and just read by themselves. So it's kind of important to understand each platform nuances and see what you can do about it. And just as a bonus tip, let me share with you something that helped us to get over 500,000 account reach on the professional arm wrestling page that was followed by only 2,000 people at the time. What we did, we collaborated with other people. With the people, athletes in our case, who had way more subscribers than we did. So basically, the content that we created was shared on their page as well and gave us additional views and follows and engagement in general. If you're a food business and you're creating content for your restaurant, in pretty much every major city, there are Instagram accounts with literally hundreds of thousands of followers who are posting about interesting places to come visit in your town. You can literally invite them to collaborate because for them it's a free cool content and for you it's a free cool engagement, so it's win-win on both ends. At the end of the day, it boils down to what works for you. I mean, the tips that I shared in this video are pretty general. And when you start going into details, you will find out that some things will work for you and others just won't. Here's the thing, I bet you Mercedes and BMW have completely different content strategies than Walmart and Costco. And that's kinda gonna be the same with you. If you're a small business owner, your content will probably be different from the big business owner. So just don't worry about trying different things and seeing for yourself. If something doesn't work from the start, it's not the end of the world. You can still figure it out. If you like this video and you want to learn more about business content, I would highly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and leave a like to this video. Also, we just made a video about the best content tools you can use, like actual physical tools. I'll leave a link somewhere here, go check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.